We're back. We're happy to see you. Thank you for joining us on today's Denial of the Day podcast. I'm here with Chris, my claims manager. He's here somewhere.
I'm
Chris,
here. How's everyone going?
good, man. How are you?
I'm doing great. Doing great.
Good. Good to see you.
Yeah. We've got a fun topic to discuss today.
Yeah, you look so handsome. Did you get a haircut?
I did. I did. Thank you
Very
for noticing.
nice.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Okay, so what are we talking about?
So we've been bringing up a lot in some of these podcasts how kind of this whole appraisal clause has made things a little bit interesting in our world, especially for the insureds, general contractors,
Interesting.
roofers. Yes. So it's made things very, very interesting. So we just wanted to show you guys an example of kind of what the insurance world has kind of gone to a little bit. And we'll see if
Yeah.
it keeps continuing.
It's a nice way
But
to put it.
it's just crazy because before, as the
Right.
insured, if you disputed your insurance estimate and basically compared to your general contractor's estimate, if there's a
Right.
big difference in stuff, you always had the right to invoke appraisal. Now it's a little bit more trickier because of some of this
What?
verbiage that we are seeing right now.
How
So,
could this be? Yeah, you're
yes.
you're absolutely right. So the appraisal language, if you and I were talking as a contractor or an insured and we were having a conversation, I would tell you 2 years ago, pretty dang fair. 3 to 5 years ago, absolutely fair. Today,
Mhm.
like, what the hell is going on in
Yeah.
these different states that are allowing insurers, insurance companies, to put
Mhm.
this kind of verbiage in insurance policies? Because guess who has to approve every insurance policy or verbiage of each insurance policy that is written in the state?
Uh-huh.
The state.
The
And
state.
so it's really interesting that this stuff is making its way into policies that actually
Mhm.
give the consumer, the public, who the government is supposed to protect, it's giving the insurer more opportunity to take advantage of the insured. We don't need any more of that.
No, we don't.
No, we don't. So let me just share with you what this says. I'm not going to read it, word for word, but I will just give you the overview. And only you or we may request appraisal. However, both parties must voluntarily agree to the appraisal. That
Mhm.
used to be if you or we disagree, either one can invoke appraisal. So now both
Mhm.
parties have to agree to go to appraisal. Well, what's the point? Because previously it was, hey, I disagree with you, and the insurance company's like, I don't care, and then you're like,
Mhm.
appraisal, and they're like, whoa, let's see if we can work this out, and
Yeah.
now it's like, well, we insurance company disagrees, so do you. We don't care as the insurance company because we have to voluntarily agree to go to the appraisal with you. What
Mhm.
the hell? Like, what good is this, Chris? What are you
Yeah.
seeing in like real world circumstances and how this is affecting insureds?
Yeah, it's we're seeing it every single day, and basically it's just create a lot of havoc and time-consuming things that we have to do, or the insured has to do on the front end. And so
Right.
specifically, as you can see, that next sentence right there is, you must comply with Section 1 conditions, your duties after loss before making a request for appraisal. So the big one out of there is, guess what? Part of your duties after loss is that you're supposed to send in a sworn proof of loss statement. Now,
Ooh.
Now, typically within your policy, it's 60 days from the date of the incident, the date of the
Yeah.
loss. Done a lot of
Like your
research,
policy.
and again, yeah, I've done a lot of research on this, and believe it or not, it sounds like, and don't take our word for it, always consult an attorney, but it sounds like they're not as strict as far as the time frame goes when you have to have that in there. But it needs to be in there before you invoke appraisal per this
Right.
appraisal clause that we're
And so
looking at
what
right
Chris is talking about specifically as far as them being strict or not is related to appraisal. Now, everything else, like
now.
don't risk it, get it in 60 days.
Yes.
If whatever your policy says, do that. No matter if they're strict or not, just do it because then they can't ever come back and be like, "Well, you didn't do this, you didn't do that." Well, look, I have my paperwork. Your policy says within 60 days of my filing a claim or date of loss, whatever the policy says, then I must provide the proof of loss. Then just do that and you don't have to worry about anything. The next part of this, and Chris makes a really good point, now this is a part of your duties after loss that you must comply with this. And before making a request for appraisal, at least 10 days before, the party seeking appraisal must provide the other party with written itemized documentation of a specific dispute as to the amount of loss, identifying separately each
Mm-hmm.
item being disputed. Chris, how does the separately come into play.
Yeah, I mean it's got to be broken down. It's got to be line by line almost. And again, we're kind of in the very early stages of this, but I can pretty much assure everyone most appraisal clauses are going to look like this. And so having us create this great system and everything to help obviously all of our insureds out, is great. But who knows? Things definitely could change. But for what we see right now, they're being really, really strict, like literally line by line. This is being disputed because of this. This is being disputed because of this, and then
Right.
so on and so on. And this is why you want to invoke appraisal because of these disputed items.
Right.
So,
And if you don't do that, Chris, what do they say, or what happens?
it's they just send pretty much a letter with this appraisal clause and denying the appraisal request.
All right.
Nothing really further. They don't say, "Hey, you didn't do this, this, and this." They make you figure it out and say, "Hey, read this. We're sending it to you right now.
Right.
Your appraisal's denied."
Yeah.
So,
Why would they make it easy?
oh, absolutely. Why would they make
Right.
it easy?
And that's why the policy is so difficult to read. But what we want you guys to understand is this: be aware of what your policy says. We already know you haven't read it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to read my policy either, but I finally did. Ultimately, if you don't read your policy, it's going to hurt you because you have to know what's in it before you take action to get the coverage that you're looking for. In this case, specifically, insurance appraisal. If you don't do the things that are required, they're not required to even entertain the possibility of appraisal. If you do everything that's required, they can then still deny your appraisal because of this verbiage, but
Mm-hmm.
you want to know what you're fighting against and understand what you're doing before you get involved, because after you do this, it's too late. And then you're now fighting this uphill battle. So just
Correct.
listen to us, please. If you're a contractor or an insured and you're of the triangle trifecta of truth, still working on that trademark or whatever that is, the saying. But ultimately, we want you guys to be successful in getting your claim fully and fairly paid. And this is part of it. So please read your policy before you invoke appraisal so you know what you are getting yourself into. Chris, anything else? Are we good to go?
Yeah, yeah, we're gonna do our because every contenter that creates stuff online just has this thing down, and they have little things that come up that says like, share, comment, subscribe. So we're gonna go through our routine because
Right.
hey, this is what we do. So Taylor, walk us through this. First,
All
we're gonna
right.
do.
So we know you guys appreciate our comments. So if you do, please like, comment, and share this content, and then subscribe to our channel. We thank you so much. We'll see you next time.